on to his knee, holding on to his knee and down.
Torn ACL.
Derrick Rose, as far as I'm concerned, is finished.
Feeling good, but like I said, if it's where it's taking me a long time and I'm still not feeling right.
Chapter 1 of The Return.
Oh, he's back.
Kill him, D-Rose!
I'm D-Rose, and this is The Return. I waited a couple of weeks because they call it pre-rehab, where they try to strengthen it as much as possible. I was almost walking regular. You have some people that have ACL tears and they go a whole year without getting surgery. So I went a couple of weeks, I had to get surgery.
An ACL tear occurs when the upper leg twists whilst the lower leg and foot remain planted. After looking around the inside of the knee, clearing away the damaged ACL and searching for additional damage, the surgeon will create incisions through the femur and the tibia, both opening at the ligament. The surgeon will then take a small piece of the hamstring and pull it through the holes. It will be anchored by a grapple at one end and a bioabsorbable screw on the other. Rehabbing the ACL is almost as important as the surgery itself, and is crucial to returning the knee to its original strength.
Working on my upper body strength, working on my balance, on my core. It's definitely been tough, but I'll be all right. I know it's going to help me in the long run.
Derrick Rose's injury and recovery is a stereotypical example of the leaps and bounds that sports medicine has made in recent years. But it hasn't always been this way. The field of sports medicine is relatively new and ever improving. About every 25 seconds, a young athlete visits the emergency room due to a serious sports injury. Thankfully, however, the innovations in this field have made treatments more efficient and more effective than ever before. Why don't we delve into the history of sports medicine?
The first successful ACL reconstruction occurred in 1917 by Ernest Hay Groves. Groves used grafted connective tissue that was rerouted through the knee joint. His first attempts failed, but he kept trying and reported spotty success.
This soccer star was forced to retire due to a fractured tibia and fibula in July 1962. Just 4 years prior, he had scored 13 goals in a single World Cup, which is a record that still stands to this day. Now this injury only sidelines athletes for 1 year. Just imagine how much farther he could have gone.
Tommy John permanently damaged his UCL, a ligament in his elbow that would typically end a pitcher's career. Dr. Frank Jobe gave him 1 to 100 odds of returning, but he recovered and won 164 games after his surgery. This surgery has now prolonged pitchers' careers, and the odds of returning are up to 92%.
In the 1980s, treatment techniques were usually just prolonged rest and an occasional prolonged immobilization by implementing a brace.
In the 1990s, treatments were more about gradual strengthening and stretching. Anti-inflammation also played a big part. Ultrasound and other electronic devices were used more and more.
1991, Bo Jackson was forced to retire due to a bone disease that could be cured today. He was a star athlete on the football field as well as at the baseball field, and with modern medications, his career would have been prolonged and he would not have to live with bone disease.
In the early 2000s, with more and more running injuries, doctors turned to A-stim therapy, which incited muscle regeneration rather than babying the injury.
The focal point of sports medicine now is tissue regeneration. Also, research into the field of platelet-rich plasma injections is expanding.
In addition, doctors can now predict when injuries may come up. Cheryl Williams is a physical therapist who has experience with this.
So research that allows us to predict and prevent injuries. For example, based on research that looked at ACL injuries in young soccer players, we can now perform a basic movement screen and predict which players are more prone to injury, and thereby we can train them with appropriate exercises and movement patterns to prevent.
We may not know what the future holds for us, but we can predict more research in stem cell therapy, which may eliminate the need for surgery. Also, based on one's specific DNA and genomes, doctors would be able to prescribe personalized treatments. The future is in our hands, and the future innovations are our creations.
Sports have truly changed the world. An athlete's ability to stay in the game is thanks in no small part to sports medicine and how far it has come in recent years.
Limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Tell everyone or anyone that has ever doubted, thought they did not measure up, or wanted to quit. You tell them to look up, get up, and don't ever give up.